All right, don't ask me how, but somewhere along the lines, I feel like I made a big mess. New to my channel, my name is Kalila, and I am committed to doing the next 40 years of my life with less mess. I am 40, I'm ready to clean up the mess that I've made, and I made a lot of mess.
Living in this big blue world with my head up in outer space. I know I'll be A-O-A-OK. I know I'll be A-O-A-OK.
All right, so what does that mean? Like, if you're in your 40s, and I don't know, they always say like midlife crisis happens at X. And they say like the life expectancy of, I don't know, Black women, I feel like is in your 80s. So I feel like this is like my midpoint. Like I've gotten to my 40s and I'm really 42, so don't tell nobody. But I've gotten to my 40s. I am an entrepreneur. And I'm just up and down and trying to figure out life. My career mess, my business mess, my financial mess, my relationship mess. My relationship is pretty solid, but I would just say like the balance between motherhood, entrepreneurship, wanting to hang out and do ratchet things with my hood rat friends. All of that is a mess. And I feel like starting to talk about how we as the new grown adults, the big, the aunties of the room, how are you cleaning up that mess? I don't want to keep on acting as if everything is perfect. Like I am not the fake Instagram social media person. Like there's mess and I want to talk about it. So I was an entrepreneur for 10 years and I'm now transitioning and now I've transitioned back into a full-time job. And I don't want to talk too much mess about that because, people be watching. But I think what I want to talk about with like career mess is almost like, am I where I'm supposed to be? Me trying to figure out this mess is hopefully to help you. So if you are in your 40s, if you are trying to figure out like your next move in your career and in your life, if you're trying to clean up your financial mess, we here, we on the same page. And I want to do this like sort of raw and real. I don't know, I say that, but then you be seeing the videos where everybody writing down their numbers and their financials, and I'm like, So the realities of it is, I don't even know how much I have prepared and ready for like retirement. That's like real mess. Like I want to start talking about that. And I just sort of feel like I have maybe, I hope, the next 10 years. And listen, that's if I am and that's if I am afforded that amount of time to live that long. Like I just feel like I have a short period of time to like clean up my mess and sort of fix things to like, I'm hoping that I'm not in my 70s trying to still work and drive Ubers and figure out my life. And nothing is wrong with anybody of that age that's doing that. I'm just like, I'm hoping that my 70s be on a beach, chilling and living life and not thinking about the mess that I have gotten myself into. I'm watching now, like this is some realness. I'm watching right now my parents. My parents are in their 60s. And I think that for them, they are immigrants. They weren't born in this country. They came here. They tried to build a life. And I'm grateful because I feel like their sacrifices allowed me to have the life that I have. But I'm watching my parents now, like the quality of life that they want to live in retirement age is really not there, mainly because they are not financially stable in the way that they would want to be to actually retire. So both of them are having like these conversations about how much longer they can work. And I wish that I was in a place that I could be like, yo, here, take this, go sit down. It's time. But I don't. And I also like they don't. And that scares me. And so, and I don't want my kids to also either go through that or feel the guilt of that. I'm also watching so many people and friends that I know where their parents or, they're going through dementia, they're going through health challenges. And I'm just like, listen, I'm already in my 40s, and I don't know. I am hoping, my hope right now to you guys, or like my declaration, is that I want to stop the mess here, because I would like to do, I'm hoping that I got a strong 10 to 15 more years where I could eat well, work out, work on my health mess, work on like my financial mess, work on like just all of those things that are really important, so that my next 40, we turning up. But we turning up, but in a good way, in a way in which I'm not going to feel guilty about it. So I am, like trying to figure out, what does less mess look like? I spent the last 25 years fumbling through my career, falling all over the place, going into entrepreneurship, looking at architecture. I love fashion. Like there's so many things that I love, art. There's like so many things that I'm still like, I have the desire to explore. But I think right now, like, again, these 15 years, 10 to 15 years for me feels crucial. In 10 years, I will be 52 years old if I'm afforded to live that long. And I just don't want that in my 50s and heading into my 60s, I'm still making a mess. And I'm okay with falling through life, but I feel like in my 50s and 60s, that trip and fall is going to hurt a little bit more than it is like right now in my 40s. So I just feel like time is critical for me. And I know probably 50-year-olds might be watching this, 60-year-old, and they probably like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I may not. But this is just my opportunity where I am trying to like clean things up and like do things with less mess. So if you are here, like sort of with me, if you're like, listen, enough is enough. And I want to talk about some things that I feel like people aren't really talking about. Like I just said, retirement, what is happening. Shoot, I have a house. I have two, actually. I have an investment property. Like there's just certain things I want to talk about, life insurance, like, and I don't want to talk about just the boring part of the mess, but I am really trying to explore how we like making things better for ourselves, hopefully making things easier for ourselves down the line, and like just doing that with less mess. Like things are going to get harder, I feel like, as you get older. I don't know. I need y'all to tell me in the comments. Am I like, if you are already of a certain age, am I tripping? Or are you like, just live life? And I have a little bit of both. Like I live life a little bit, but on the back end, this is where I need help and the support. And I'm hoping that you guys, my community, my audience, my people, I'm coming to y'all because we are going to do this together. And I'm trying to just like create less mess of life. I've done a lot of amazing things in these first 40 years. Like, I feel like my friends looked at me and they was like, YOLO, you the girl who would jump on a plane, do things. But now I have two kids. I have a partner. And I have a lot more at stake right now. And I want to set things up. Like, I just know so many who are not here anymore and they aren't able to like leave anything for their kids, and figure out positioning their children to make sure that their kids is good. And I think that I'm on that. I'm not chasing success, but I am chasing less mess. So if you want to be on this journey with me, this is what this channel is going to be about. Well, maybe this playlist, because I feel like I'm going to be making other things in between. But this is what this playlist is going to be about. Like just being on this journey with me to create less mess. So if you here and if this is what you want to do, and if you thinking about, all the mess that you've made and you want to, sort of like clean up that mess, welcome. We're going to do this together because it's scary, it's hard, but I feel like if we committed to it, we're going to be able to do it.